right, last thing we're going to do is a chart. So let me go back to Pivot Data. Our data is still selected, so I'll go up to Insert. And when I get my Insert ribbon, I'll go to Pivot Table, Pivot Chart. This is very similar to what we just saw. We'll create a pivot table and a pivot chart at the same time. Let me choose Existing Worksheet, and I'll choose my worksheet. Results. Let me scroll down just a little bit to, let's say, 39. And I'll go back to my main window and click on OK. This will take just a little bit to come up, and we're going to, as I said, create a chart and a table at the same time. So maybe I want to see, again, I'm going to do total sales and put total sales in value. Here we see our chart being created. I want to break this down a little bit by item description, so I'm going to, now it's a little different. It says legend fields and axis fields. So I'm going to put this in axis fields. Now, one bad thing about this chart, let me kind of scroll this so you can see it a little bit better. There is such a huge discrepancy between the dollar amount of desktops and the dollar amount of PCs that we lose a lot of value. So I'm going to change this out a little bit. Let me get rid of item description. Let me try it in legend fields. And let me try maybe I may have to change it even more. Let me try sales region and see what we have there. Oh, the values are still so different that this is not really a very good chart. Let me pull item description out. Now this, I think, is a pretty good chart because we can easily see that the East sold over 500,000 worth of products. North sold a little over 200,000. It looks like South is about the same. Very hard to distinguish who sold the most. Maybe South may have sold more. We'd have to look at our data to distinguish. This isn't a bad chart. We could go in a little bit further. Let me try store number, and I'll put that down here. And let me, well, this isn't bad. You can see what stores belong to which region and how these stores perform. So this is a pretty good chart. We could grab sales region out, or let me grab store number out and see what we get there. I put it into legend value or legend fields. I don't know if I really care for this one quite as much. It's difficult to distinguish. Well, I guess if we had store names it would be better. But it's kind of difficult to distinguish when you just have numbers what the actual stores are, but we do only refer to the stores as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You just have to move the fields around to see what the data is going to look like. Let me go ahead and pull this off. And let's try one more thing. I'm going to take item description and put it in axis. And let me pull sales region out and put it in legend fields. Still not so good. Let's try going over to our data. Let's see if we can do it. I'm going to click on my drop down arrow and just get rid of desktop CPU and click on OK. I don't think we're going to have much. We do see some distinction, but monitors, there's a huge difference there too. Let's just see if that will help us out any. We could have a, there we go. Now this isn't bad, and we used our table to help us define our chart a little bit better. The prices of a CPU and the price of a monitor would be much higher than the price of a keyboard or a mouse, so we had to pull those out. We could have a table like we have here where we compare, are easily able to compare the prices of keyboards and mice in the different regions. Now, just with any chart, you want a title and you want axis labels, so we will want to do that also. So let's go up to layout. And we want to go to chart title, and I'm going to click on the drop down arrow, and currently it says none, do not display a chart title, but we want one. So centered overlay, overlay, centered title on chart without resizing, display the title at the top of the chart and resize chart. Let's do that. And I'm going to call this keyboard and mouse sales. I think I have some spelling problems here. There we go. Oops, keyboard and mouse cells. We also want some axis titles, so I'm going to click on the drop down arrow and I'm going to choose primary horizontal axis, title below axis, and let's call this one products, and I'll create another axis title, vertical axis, and let's see, display rotated axis title and resize chart, display axis title with vertical text and resize chart. And display axis title horizontally. Well, I don't want it horizontal. That'll take up too much space, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and display rotated axis title and resize, and I'm going to call this sales in dollars. So you always want to make sure that you have titles, the title for the chart, the x-axis and the y-axis, and a legend if it's going to add value. And this does add value. That